Welcome to the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network. My name is Olivia Pierce, and we're back for another awesome game at the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Now, to begin, we actually have to start by going back to yesterday's game, where Indiana took on Indiana Tech Warriors and ended up winning a 5-0, shutting out the Warriors for good. Now, they are actually here today behind of me. Well, I guess not behind me anymore, but they're here today to try to look for their first victory of the season, currently 0-3, and the Indiana Hoosiers are 3-2. Beginning with yesterday, Evan Thompson in the goal. It was his second game for the Hoosiers, and he actually did very well. I chatted with him before today's game, and he said that visualization is key for him to be successful in a high-stakes game. And also, when I asked him, hey, what kind of playing style do you have? He said calm is a key, and he was playing very calm yesterday, obviously with that 5-0 win. For Indiana Tech, on the other hand, they have a bit of a smaller roster, but what they do have is big guys, especially number 75. When you see him today, you're going to say, oh my gosh, he is one tall gentleman. He's going to be digging deep on the ice. Speaking of digging deep, I talked with the Hoosiers' Ben Rosenberg a little bit earlier, and he said that he is hoping that the team can get more goals on the day and do even better than yesterday. Now, Indiana is going to continue to dig deep today, looking for more goals and another win with less time in the penalty box. They got to be good, guys. They got to be good. And we will certainly be seeing if that all pays off today here at the Frank Southern Ice Arena. Once again, my name is Olivia Pierce, and I will be seeing you later.
Welcome into Frank Southern Ice Arena here in Bloomington, Indiana, where we're getting set for the start of this matchup between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Indiana Tech Warriors. Ryan LaPedia is here with Zach Saporito. Zach, what are we looking to see here? Last night these two teams matched up. Indiana got the win 5-0.
Yeah, it's going to be hopefully a fun and entertaining game here. Their second game of the weekend. Indiana's looking for their first sweep of the season after splitting the first two series. So that's something that Indiana's going to be looking for this game. Obviously, they were unmatched last night against Indiana Tech, and they're going to be looking to do the same. Talking with one of the managers earlier today, said they think they could have done more yesterday. So we'll see if they pummel on today.
Well, puck is down here in Bloomington. An exciting day for all Hoosiers as the football game obviously going on, but here comes Indiana in the offensive zone, dumped in deep behind the net. Here's Vogelsang. Shot in front, missed. Another shot blocked. Puck loose behind the net, picked up, thrown in front, cleared away, kept in the zone by the Hoosiers. That's Opdyke, he loses it. The Warriors trying to get it clear. They finally will. Nice hit right in front of us. Pass in front to nobody in particular. It'll be Vogelsang to recover. Pass up just in front of Opdyke. It won't be icing. Opdyke fighting behind the net. He can't get it. The Warriors clear, but back to the Hoosiers. This is Byram. Looks to pass. Hits a lot of traffic. Goes up into the ceiling, and will get our first stoppage.
Yeah, pretty split there. I mean, Indiana had in their attacking zone for a little bit, but nothing too meaningful yet.
It'll be a face-off just outside of the Indiana Tech zone. As we mentioned last night, Hoosiers beat the Warriors 5-0. There's a long shot, glove down in front. Nice save there for the Warriors. There is a pass that goes over. It won't go for an icing. Kept in instead. It is offsides. John Zach, the sophomore defenseman, 6'9", trying to keep it in the zone, could not quite do it. We'll get ready for the faceoff just outside the Indiana Tech zone. Zach will dump it in, far corner. Pressure from Labovich. Labovich still there in the far corner. Finally relieved for the Warriors. Dump in from Pumala. Taken away by the Hoosiers. It's Zach again. He's still with it. Up the middle of the ice into the offensive zone. Tries to pass it in front. It's not quite there. Hoosiers still have it. Here's Zach. Shot wide left. He'll keep it in and send it behind the net. Over to Rock. Rock tried to cycle it, but he got his pocket picked. And the Warriors will break out and just dump so they can get a change in. The Hoosiers with Grimes. Cross ice near side to Rock. Across again. This is Jaegers in front. They shoot and score. Jake Rock from Davis Jaegers. And the Hoosiers up 1-0 early.
Yeah, that was a impressive pass right in front of the net for Rock to put it in. Pretty impressive. Looked pretty clean. And they were setting up plays, I mean, just from the start of this game to make something like that happen, and it just did.
Davis Jaegers got into the zone, sent it out front to Jake Rock, and he puts it home. So just 2.5 minutes in, Indiana already up 1-0. Near side, here's another shot, save. It goes wide right, and it's cleared out, relieving the pressure for the Warriors. Attempted hit there by Donovan Ballesteri. Here's a pass in front. Try to go tic-tac-toe. There's a shot from Jaegers, goes wide, still in front of the net. He keeps it backhand, goes just high. And Indiana Tech will get the clear. Carter Grimes with it. He brings it near side, passes to Martin. Now up top is Chambers. Over to Rock, the goal scorer in front. Goes wide left. It's behind the net. The pass over to Rock. He's right behind the net. Circling, looking for someone to pass to. He's still holding on to it. Able to get some space, put it in front of the net. Intercepted by the Warriors, but still possession for Indiana. Now trying to toe drag. Shot goes high. This is Rosenberg who loses it, and Indiana will have to recover. Hoosiers breaking out again with Rosenberg. He'll get around the defense. Looking to get in on goal. He fell off of his stick. Here's a shot in front, saved. That shot came from Bauermeister. He still has it, and he gets his pocket picked. Indiana Tech not able to get any sustained attack so far. Nice hit on the near side boards. There's the high pressure. Almost loses it. But Indiana able to clear it out. Instead, that one's going to go down, I believe, for an icing, and it will.
Some good setups there, specifically Bauermeister. 2 really strong shots on goal, just couldn't fall in. He's looking to do something early in this game. You can see it.
Indiana threatening early and often. There's a shot. Blocker save. Shot came from John Zach. Warriors try to clear it. It's kept in by Zaki. Another slap shot save in front. It's still loose and knocked away. Still at the stick of a Hoosier. This time that pass off the boards intercepted by the Warriors. A nice hit on the puck. That one came from Vogelsang. He's still fighting for it. It moves into the Indiana Tech zone. Finally cleared into the neutral zone, the Warriors. That one dumped in deep. Indiana Tech will get a couple changes in. That's Vogelsang. He's pressured. It's behind the net for John Zach. Hoosiers will finally break out. That was a sustained pressure from the Warriors. That one's dumped in deep. Indiana needs a change. Solo mission from Schmidt. Here come the Warriors. They don't quite have the numbers. They'll dump it in, but instead it hits up into the ceiling for another stoppage with 14-14 remaining.
Yeah, good attempt there for what they were trying to do. But yeah, hit the ceiling, so going to be seeing a puck drop in the neutral zone.
Just outside the Indiana zone, coming in to take it is Labovich for the Hoosiers. Back to James Martin. He'll dump it in, no icing. It's behind the net. Can't quite get it out. Good Indiana Tech. Behind the net again. This is Moore. Back up top. Grimes. Shot. Deflected in front and saved wide left. Indiana will try to keep it in the zone. Over there is Carter Grimes, but he'll lose that battle, but Indiana Tech needs another change. Little hit right in front of us. Indiana tried to break out of their own zone. There's a pass into the middle. One-on-one, it goes high and hard into the boards. Luke Slavin had the chance. He's going to try to get it back.
Good look there, just couldn't execute and finalize that a little high.
That one over the bar. Indiana looking for its second goal. We're here just still early in the first period. Pocket picked by the Hoosiers, and that pass intercepted. That's Hunter Scholl. The shot, save, and the first save of the game for Nate Gutzman.
Solid save by Gutzman. Also some solid deflections down on the other end from Aaron Craven, a sophomore at Indiana Tech. He's getting a lot of pressure early on in this game, so we'll be interested to see how he can hold up so far. He's doing what he can to stop this aggressive offense of the Hoosiers.
One of our first face-offs going into the Indiana zone. They're able to win it. And now back into the neutral zone is Jaegers. Davis Jaegers plays it back. Over to the goal scorer, Jake Rock. They combined on that first goal. Taken away. Now Indiana Tech will try a 2-on-1, but they can't get it. Back to Rock, over to Yeagers. Yeagers drops it back to Rock. Cross ice, shot, saved in front. Nice combination play for Indiana.
Yeah, really solid passes there.
Rock, he's got a teammate in front. He doesn't give it to him quite yet. Puck is lost and loose in the zone, but Indiana keeps it. Rock still with it. His shot is blocked. There's a lot of contact. Here comes Indiana Tech. Brendan Ayasala, shot, save in front. Gutzman with another save. So a couple chances from Indiana Tech now. That pass out in front to Bauermeister. 1-on-4. He'll drop it in the middle. Nobody's there except Donovan Ballesteri, who will play it out. Isaiah Byram over to Rosenberg. Rosenberg looking for a pass out in front of the net. Can't get it there. Still loose. Gonna turn and shoot. Deflected in front. Net almost comes off. We're gonna get a whistle. I'm not sure if it came off, but the water bottle definitely came off the top of the net. We'll get a stoppage.
Yeah, you can go check that out, fix up the net, and we'll begin to drop back in their zone.
It's been a good response for Indiana Tech since that Indiana goal.
Yeah, I was just going to comment on that. They're definitely attempting to play up to Indiana's aggression right now, especially after last night. I believe Indiana scored their first 3 in the first period, so looking to cool them off early, Indiana Tech is trying to do.
Trying to not have a repeat of last night are the Warriors. That puck lost in the neutral zone and all the way back into their own defensive zone of the Warriors. They'll lose the puck. Here comes Bauermeister. Can't quite get it down onto his stick. Tried to glove it. Instead, Indiana Tech will now try to break out. That one off the boards. Goes long, and it's going to go for an icing. That one went off the stick. Looked like it might have went off the stick of Ivan Kirsa, but referee says no, and it's going to be a face-off all the way down in the Indiana Tech zone.
Yep, continued theme. See if something can change here for either team.
Opdyke will take the face-off for the Hoosiers. He'll win it back right in front. Not able to get a shot off was Vogelsang. A dump and chase for the Warriors. Easily taken away by Pizzuto for Indiana and broken out over to Matthew Schmidt. Schmidt rides the puck along the boards, but it's taken away, and a little play out wide by Jaden Fu. There's a shot, kick save. Indiana will reset. Over to Pizzuto. Chipped in, and that's going to hit the ceiling yet again. We'll get a face-off just outside the Indiana Tech zone.
Yeah, we'll be seeing a lot of that. A lot of ceiling hits.
Low ceilings here at the Frank. They did used to have some banners hanging down that made it even lower. Those banners have been taken out, but still plenty of times that we could hit the ceiling in Bloomington. Face-off one back to James Martin. Right in the middle, Hayden Labovich. He gets dispossessed. Still high pressure from Labovich, though. And he'll force a turnover in the middle. It's Luke Slavin, and he loses the puck. It's going to be IU's going to have to check up for offsides. Even when they lose possession, Indiana, there's a chance in front. Nolan Moore, backhand. Crowd thought that one went in, but it did not. That puck almost hit the ceiling, but not quite. So 2 chances there for Indiana. Solid crowd on hand for fall break and the big football game going on right now.
Very big football game out in Eugene, Oregon.
I believe the current score is 7-3 Ducks. Indiana has the ball at the Oregon 45-yard line.
We will be providing updates throughout this broadcast for you.
That one's going to be offsides on Indiana. Yes, we appreciate you watching during this big Saturday in Hoosier sports.
Let's get 2 wins today.
We'll make sure to keep you updated on both of those matchups. This faceoff's going to come just outside the Indiana Tech zone. 9:13 remaining here in the first period. 1-0 lead for the Hoosiers. This faceoff's going to be taken by Chambers on the other side. One back. Dumped in Indiana Tech. They just don't have the numbers right now on the offensive side. It's been pretty solid defensively outside of that. The goal that they gave up, it was a nice passing play. Puck's in deep here behind the Indiana net. High pressure from Donovan Ballesteri. There's a long pass. Indiana will wipe off the icing in front. Shot goes wide for Jake Rock. Indiana still has it near side. There's a shot deflected wide in front. Shot came from Ren Huter. Back to the top. Here's a deflection. It goes over the net and behind the glass.
Stuck up in the net over there.
Got a nice fan trying to reach up and grab it.
Can he do it? Don't know, but some good attempts there. Chambers with some really good passes. Almost set up Rock there perfectly, but again deflected by goalie Aaron Craven. So some good looks there from the Hoosiers, looking to keep that up after this faceoff.
The Hoosiers lose the faceoff. Here comes Indiana Tech, 2-on-2. 3-on-2 if they want it. Here's a shot. They score! Indiana Tech, Maxim Mayak. And we're tied up at 1. After getting shut out last night, the Warriors get on the board in the first period.
Yeah, it's a freshman defender out of Indiana Tech with an impressive goal right there. Not much that could have been done by Gutzman there. It's a little bit crowded right in front of the net.
Lots of traffic. It might have been Danny Spack with the goal. We'll have to check on that. We'll get you the final verdict at some point, but no matter what, we're knotted up at 1, and now Indiana back on the attack. In front, nobody there. Just behind it was Brady Ford. Now Pizzuto, that shot goes high. The save in front, it hits the ceiling, and it'll go out for another face-off for Indiana, but that's shocking. We talked to the Indiana coaching staff, some of the players. After last night, they got the 5-0 win, but they felt like they could have done more as Indiana scores a touchdown. Indiana takes a 9-7 lead, point after pending. Roman Hemby up the middle for 3 yards for the touchdown.
There we go, Hoosiers. But yeah, you are right. It is interesting. Indiana Tech is coming out here. And even though their possession isn't great compared to the Hoosiers, they're scoring. They just scored. So 1-1 game, and they're taking it serious today.
Here's another chance for the Warriors. They don't have the numbers that they had on that goal, but here's a chance from behind the goal line. Still behind the net is Indiana Tech, trying to get it out front. They can't. It's taken away by Ryan Pizzuto. Extra point is good. Indiana leads 10-7 in Eugene with 15 seconds left in the first quarter.
That is good news.
On the football front, absolutely. On the hockey front, Indiana gives up a goal that, you think that they felt coming into this one that they wanted to get another shutout. The shutout last night for Evan Tompkins, the freshman from San Jose. It's his second shutout of the season. There's a nice hit right in front of us by Matthew Schmidt. Here comes Indiana with a shot. It goes all the way across the goal mouth. Dumped into the corner. Plenty of Indiana players there. Bounced around to Ren Huter. Shot in front. Loose. Another save.
That was an impressive blocker save. There was some room that could have got through, and it was through multiple defenders with traffic in front of Aaron Craven in net. So impressive blocker save to get that out.
Got another stoppage. Not 100% sure what that one was for. It's going to be an offensive zone face-off for the Hoosiers. Maybe the net came off. Maybe the puck was covered. Nonetheless, 6:27 remaining in the first period for Indiana and Indiana Tech. Indiana Tech up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, as we'll get another stoppage, I believe, for a hand pass. It's going to be another offensive zone face-off for the Hoosiers with 6:18 remaining.
A lot of stoppage early on in this game. It's not helping with the low roof like we mentioned, but still a lot of stoppage.
Absolutely. It'll be the face-off taken by Lucas Opdyke for the Hoosiers. For the Warriors, it's Braden Paterick. It's one back by Indiana. That shot deflected in front, goes wide. Cutting in the front of the net. Pocket pick. There it's loose. A shot and a goal. Indiana strikes back. Matthew Schmidt. And the Hoosiers regain the lead. They're up 2-1.
That was an impressive and quick turnaround by Schmidt, the sophomore out of Bloomington, Indiana, to score their second goal of the afternoon. Really impressive put around for that. Kind of turned around, shot it, in the net it went.
Spinorama shot for Matthew Schmidt, the sophomore. His first career goal last season came against Indiana Tech. So he gets another one against the Warriors. And we're back underway. A one-goal lead regained by Indiana quickly after the Warriors had tied it back up. And here comes Indiana Tech, dumped in, played wide by Gutzman. Taken away by the Hoosiers. Cross ice right in front of us. Nolan Moore gets dispossessed. He'll try to get it back in the corner. Behind the net, pass in front. Couldn't get a shot on goal. Indiana will try to keep it in the zone here. Want to keep the momentum going if you're the Hoosiers. Trying to get the pass away. Solid defense there by Ivan Kirsa. For the Warriors, here's a pass in front. Intercepted, and Indiana Tech will be able to dump it in, get a couple changes.
Smart dump by Indiana Tech.
They're still able to hold on possession behind the net here. Pass in front, and almost a chance there for the Warriors. That one intercepted, and here is a breakaway chance. Slavin goes wide right. Luke Slavin, the senior, had a chance on a breakaway, but just put it over and high. There's a nice hit.
Yeah, big hit over there by Martin, the freshman.
James Martin protecting the blue line for the Hoosiers. There's another hit. Getting a little bit more physical. It wasn't that physical. There's a big hit.
The junior Ethan Matthews, a huge hit.
Taking exception to that hit by Martin will get a stoppage.
Yeah, clearly game's moving a bit at a faster pace here. We like to see that, a little more aggression from both ends. And looking like a close game as of now. Both teams are playing up to each other's level. So
absolutely. End of the first quarter in Eugene, 10-7 lead for Indiana. It'll be 2nd and 3 for Oregon coming out into the second quarter. We're back underway here in Bloomington. Indiana keeps his own. There's a shot, easy save in front. 4:17 remaining in the first period of exciting back and forth period physicality. There's a big hit. And we're going to get a penalty. Interference is going to be the call, so that big hit is going to come back to bite the Hoosiers going to the box. I think it's going to be Davis Jaegers.
Believe you're right. And this is something actually they've been talking about, is lowering their penalty count on each game. It's been a problem of theirs after talking to a few players. They're just looking to spend less time in the box and have their full team out on the ice. Other than that, that's kind of their biggest focus right now.
Absolutely, and a penalty here with 4:08 remaining in the first period. Davis Jaegers will go to the box. He led the team in penalty minutes last season with 50. He's an impact player for the team. He has the assist on the first Indiana goal today. But on the penalty kill are the Hoosiers, and they'll get a clear and possibly a shorthanded chance here. 2-on-2. Spin move, backhand, save in front. That was a nice play there. They still have it. Shot goes high over the net. That was Chambers and Rock combining, and Indiana will hold on possession. And they'll try to kill as much time as they can as they're on the kill here. Player down. This one is cleared out all the way down, and of course no icing on the penalty kill. 1:25 remaining on that penalty. Taken away in front. Indiana shoots and scores a shorthanded goal for Andrew Chambers, and he does a little dance. Andrew Chambers got the puck from Jake Rock, and Indiana takes advantage of their chances shorthanded and puts another goal on the board. They're up 3-1 in the first period.
That's exactly what Indiana Tech did not want to be seeing on a power play, giving up a goal to Chambers. But to give it to Chambers. I mean, he's been looking aggressive the whole game. Really good passes earlier, setting up some players nicely for shots. And then there he gets his own.
Chambers absolutely has been hounding the puck all game. Indiana Tech still in the power play here. Minute and 11 remaining on that. Penalty that was on Davis Yeagers for interference in that hit behind the net. Indiana Tech with 1 minute remaining now on their power play. 3:06 remaining in the first period. Behind the net, that's Joey McCready, who's got the A. Alternate captain for the Warriors. Excuse me, that's Hunter Schull. 5 and 6 got mixed up. Now Indiana with it. Trying to play it in deep, right out in front. Shoots, it's on the goal line and cleared away. And the net comes off of its moorings, but I think that puck got behind the goalie and was cleared away. Indiana almost with its second shorthanded goal.
Yeah.
Instead, it'll be a face-off in the offensive zone for the Hoosiers with 33 seconds remaining on the power play.
Yeah, that was certainly interesting. Rosenberg was like dancing with a stick right next to their goalie, Aaron Craven. It looked like, might have got stuck right by his skate for a second, and then bang, the goal got detached. So here we go.
Back underway. Here's a chance for Indiana in front. A deflection and a save for the Warriors. 27 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for Indiana, trying to wrap around. And the net comes off its moorings yet again. It's either the third or fourth time that's happened.
Yeah, it's all been on that end too, which makes sense. A lot more possession down there. And I mean, that was Rosenberg right there again, right in front of the net, looking to put one in. But the puck just got away as the goal got detached. So
big face-off here with 23 seconds remaining. One back by Indiana Tech. Big moment in the football game here. 4th and 1 for Oregon in their own territory. We'll see what they do. But Indiana Tech still with 12 seconds remaining on their power play. Indiana almost got the steal. There's a nice hit. Size advantage for Indiana Tech, but still taking him to ground was Garrett Bauermeister. And the penalty has expired. Indiana, not only did they kill off the penalty, they get a shorthanded goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's best case scenario for them, really.
Stolen a quick shot in front by Lucas Opdyke. There's a shot from long range, save in front. Backhand, still loose in front of the net. And it'll be cleared out by the Warriors. 3-1 here in Bloomington with 1:35 remaining. Indiana looking to go on the attack near the end of this first period. Comes up to Zach. He can't quite get it. Indiana will keep possession.
Yeah, dominant possession game, really, actually, other than that small, short set of time where Indiana Tech was pressing their attacking zone. But for the most part, pretty dominated on the puck by IU. Speaking of that, though, looks like we're going to be a dropped puck in Tech's attacking zone. So
yeah, off the icing there. Warriors with a chance in offensive zone with a minute 18 remaining in the first period. Indiana's not going to be happy with giving up that goal, but they got to be happy with the response afterwards. 2 quick goals. That one goes up in the netting. We'll get another face-off.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, not to mention it's Indiana's first given up goal this weekend, as they did shut out Indiana Tech last night. So interesting that goal came in the first period.
I mean, you can tell maybe Indiana Tech not happy about how the game went last night. Come out with some energy tonight. This afternoon. Minute 9 remaining in the first period. The puck's right in front of the Indiana net, but
no one there.
Easily cleared away. A nice jump move there. Hayden Labovich still with it. Labovich drops it back. Chance in front. Dispossessed. Then a stick lift there. Indiana will be able to keep the puck. And it's cleared out into the neutral zone. 45 seconds remaining in the first period. Indiana maybe 1 or 2 more attacks. And dispossessed. Taken away by Indiana Tech. 30 seconds remaining. Oregon does pick up the first down on 4th and 1. Indiana, 20 seconds remaining. Here's a shot low, blocked in front. Tried to go 5-hole. 18 seconds left in the first period. That one's not going to be icing. It's waved off. One more chance for Indiana in the first period. Dumped in deep. 7 seconds. behind the net. And 3. And that will be the end of an exciting first period in Bloomington. Indiana gets on the board first before the Warriors equalize, and then 2 quick goals from the Hoosiers hand them a 3-1 lead. As we head into the first intermission, you'll hear our intermission report shortly. Stick with us. We'll be back for the start of the second period and that intermission report.
See you in the second period.
I'm Olivia Pierce, and we just finished up the first period, and I just actually ran over to the box to talk to Coach, and Coach said that what IU needs to do to be a little bit better in the second period is to play faster. Recently, as you guys just saw, as soon as the Hoosiers were up, they started playing at a bit of a slower pace. Coach does not want that to happen, and that was actually something noted by the entire coaching staff. Now, wrapping up the game, what did we just see, guys? Well, we saw Jake Rock, we saw Matthew Schmidt, and we saw Andrew Chambers score a goal for Indiana, although Indiana Tech being a little bit different than yesterday, getting one up early in the first period. We will see if they can manage to get any more goals on the day against the Hoosiers, but so far it's looking like a great Hoosier day. Cut.
Welcome back to Frank Southern Ice Arena here in Bloomington. Getting set for the start of the second period between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Indiana Tech Warriors. Indiana took a 3-1 lead in the first period. We're getting ready for puck drop. And we're back underway.
Excited for a second period, and looking for some continued aggression that we saw near the end of the first period by both teams. See if Indiana Tech can get a goal or two and keep up with the Hoosiers offense.
Indiana deep in the Indiana Tech zone. Still some fighting in the corner, and the Warriors will break it out. That one intercepted and taken back by Tech. Nice spin move right in front of us. Ivan Kirsa.
Yeah, really impressive.
He just ends up dumping it in, but still a nice move. Vogelsang looking to connect, able to dump it in, or the Hoosiers. That was Matthew Schmidt. Behind the net, nice hit there from the Hoosiers as Tech clears the zone. Trying to get in on goal here. There's a couple of Hoosiers that have something to say about that. Cross-ice pass. Brady Ford will break it out. He plays it up over to Rosenberg. He's got no teammates to pass to. That one's in the corner. Now up top. A shot deflected, and it goes high over the glass.
Would this be an appropriate time to share the updated football score? It is currently 10-10 out in Eugene. I believe we just punted the ball over to Oregon.
Indiana punted the ball, and there was a holding call on Oregon, so Oregon's going to start with the ball on their own 21-yard line. We'll keep you updated on that as the puck is cleared out by Tech. Recovered by John Zach. Zach, the 6'9" defenseman. Here's the pass in the middle. Now up in front, the shot. Save, a nice save. It goes back through the crease. There's another chance in front of the net. Traffic. No call there. It's taken away. Indiana Tech might have a breakaway. And it goes to ground. A save. Puck is still live behind the net. Lots of contact. A save in front by Gutzman. Indiana Tech. There's a big hit.
Ethan Matthews on that hit. Impressive put down.
Shot in front, deflected wide. Here's another shot for the Warriors. It goes wide right. This one's deep in the corner. Ethan Matthews still fighting behind the goal. He tries to play it out front, but there's no Tech players there. The Hoosiers gain the zone, do a couple changes. Dumped into the corner. That puck taken away by the Hoosiers and dumped straight back into the zone. And both teams will have a bit of a reset. Tech will clear that one. It might be icing. No icing. 17 minutes remaining in the second period, just underway. This one would be icing, but I believe Indiana's going to beat it out. They do, and now the puck is in that far corner. Able to relieve the pressure momentarily. There's a long shot. And now we're going to have some play in the corner there. And there's going to be a penalty. It's going to be interference. I believe it's going to go on Indiana Tech. And the Hoosiers are going to have their first power play after they scored a shorthanded goal on their penalty kill. Going to the box for Indiana Tech. Looks like it's going to be Maxim Mayak, the freshman for the Warriors. So Indiana on the power play.
Yeah, interesting enough, it was Jaegers that went down there on the interference call. And as you saw last period, it was Jaegers in the box for the interference call. So we'll see what they can make of this. Last year, super offense heavy on the power play. And we'll see if they can continue that into this year.
Power play begins. Indiana football gets a 12-yard sack on 3rd and 10. Oregon's going to have to punt the ball away. That's big for that Indiana defense. But here's the Indiana offense, special teams here. As Indiana Tech gets out of the zone, a nice spin move right in front of us by Ivan Kirsa. He'll dump it in deep to relieve the pressure. Minute and 37 remaining on the power play. Coming in is Indiana into the zone. They've got plenty of players there. There's a shot, and it goes high. There was plenty of traffic in front of the net.
A lot of traffic. You had Chambers sliding into the net.
Indiana looking to get shots on goal here, trying to extend their advantage. They have the 2-goal lead. That's the most dangerous lead in hockey, though. That's what they say. 3-1 here with 16:05 remaining in the second period. Minute and 26 remaining on the penalty that went on Maxim Mayak for Tech. Face-off won by the Hoosiers. They look to get the best look they can. There's a long shot, goes high over the goal, still in play. Recovered by Davis Yagers. Over to Slavin. Slavin back to Yagers. Pass in front, chance. Can't tuck it home. Back in front again. Still loose. Chambers with a couple of chances. Back over to Luke Slavin. Slavin to Yagers. Yagers pulls it back over to Rock. Rock will pass back up top to Byram. Byram, Chambers, intercepted by Tech and cleared out of the zone. The Sharks were circling, but Tech able to relieve the pressure and get a much-needed change with 35 seconds remaining on the power play for Indiana. That one is going to go long. No icing. Puck's behind the net. Tech is going to get it clear. They have a player down there. A breakaway, it's going to be offside. Didn't look like he got control of the puck either way, but he's offside. Nope. And Indiana avoids disaster on the penalty kill after Tech surrendered a shorthanded goal. Just 22 seconds remaining on the penalty.
Yeah, definitely some credit given over to Indiana Tech on their defense so far on their shorthand. See if they can keep that up just with the 22 seconds left of the power play. But so far, well done.
Controlled and intercepted by Tech. They'll hold on to it and dump it in deep with 14 seconds left on the penalty. Glove down by Gutzman and then played to his defenseman, James Martin. Martin, and now with speed is McClure. He gets stood up, and Indiana Tech gets a final clear. The penalty is expired, and we're back to even strength. And now the Hoosiers will have a special teams goal, but it came on the with the man disadvantage. With the man advantage, able to get maybe a couple shots, but nothing much else. Here comes Tech. There's a big hit on the boards on the far side. Over just about 6 minutes into the second period. Solid action from both sides, and there's a big hit at the blue line. That's going to be a penalty. Indiana still has the puck, so we got a delayed penalty. There it is. It's going to be interference. I think Ivan Kirsa. Elbowing. It's going to be an elbow. No, it's actually going to be, looks like number 5, Hunter Schull will head to the box for the elbow. That hit was really high on the Hoosiers. I could see that call.
Power play, right back to another power play for the Hoosiers. Look if they can capitalize this time. But yeah, I mean, Indiana Tech, I mean, they had impressive defense on that last shorthand on the Hoosiers power play. See if they can keep that up. If anything, they actually looked a little more dominant while they were shorthanded.
That one's intercepted behind the net by Yagers. He'll play it near side to Rock. Rock pressured. That stick in between the arm. Taken to ground is Mayak. There's a pass in front, back to him. There's a chance, a nice save in front by Tech. Chambers gets it back. Into the middle, tried to find Rock. He couldn't, but Rock able to earn it back. Tech tried to clear. They couldn't get it out. There's a pass that is all the way across, but recovered by the Hoosiers. Chambers was looking cross ice. He'll go back to the top, over to Byram. Chambers in the corner. Yagers tried to get it into the middle. He couldn't get it. Rock will recover it. Chambers in the far corner. That pass falls off the stick of Chambers. Near side is Slavin. Pass in front. Spin. Try to pass to the middle. No one was there. Byram. Lots of possession for Indiana. Not a lot of chances. Here's Rock with a shot. Nice save in front. 45 seconds remaining on the penalty. Indiana will still keep it into the zone.
Yeah, pure dominance this power play so far with time possession with the puck.
35 seconds remaining on the penalty. Here's Isaiah Byram over to Chambers. Trying to find Rock in the middle. Stick on the ground there for Tech, blocking that pass. Chambers, he had Rock momentarily. Here's Yeagers with a shot. It's loose, and they score! Tucked home, and Indiana scores on the power play. They take a 4-1 lead. That one looked like it might have been tucked home by Jake Rock, first second of the game.
Yeah, that is what it looked like to me as well. Impressive goal by Rock, if that's who gets that call. And a way to capitalize that time off of that power play. And then Tech will be back to full strength, and it is now 4-1 Hoosiers.
4-1 Hoosiers in Bloomington. 12:18 remaining in the second period. Jake Rock, the junior from Plainfield, Illinois, with his second goal of the night.
Yeah, he's looked pretty great this whole afternoon. Always there where the puck is, especially in the attacking front.
And the face-off won by Indiana, dumped into the zone. So now the Hoosiers with a more comfortable 3-goal lead here, almost midway through the second period. Chance for Indiana now again, backhand shoot and score on the backside. That goal's Grant Vogelsang, and Indiana strikes again and stretches their lead to 4. Vogelsang was on the back door. Absolutely nothing Tech could do.
Yeah, there you go. 2 back-to-back goals. Indiana trying to make a statement here into the second period that they have an offense that can crush this team, and that's what they're trying to show right now. It's interesting. I think last year a lot of their goals did come in pairs, and that's what we're seeing today so far. One right after another.
Going to have a penalty here. It's going to be on the Hoosiers. There's the whistle. Looked like maybe a high stick. It was right off the face-off. Going to the box is going to be Grant Vogelsang. So the goal scorer for Indiana immediately heads to the box.
Yeah, I mean, Indiana Tech going to be looking for a much-needed goal here while they have the power play. Last power play they had did not go in their favor. So we'll see if they can capitalize off this one and make something happen and narrow down that score gap of 3.
Tech 0 for 1 on the power play, including giving up a shorthanded goal. Indiana has had a really solid penalty kill all year, including a game last week where they had 2 different 5-on-3s they had to defend, and they didn't give up a single goal. It led to Evan Tompkins' first career shutout. As we're have a quick stoppage, trying to get the scoreboard all sorted out here in the Frank.
Yeah,
the penalty.
Assessing that power play number, and there they go.
I guess the penalty, I'm not so sure it's actually on number 2, but we'll get to that. But on the penalty killer, the Hoosiers, Tech trying to strike back after giving up 2 quick ones here in the second period. Behind their own net. Tried a stick lift, wasn't there. Indiana will end up with possession. Out in front, there's a shot, goes just over the bar. That pass goes long, and Indiana will be able to hold on to it. You can sense that when they're on the penalty kill, Indiana is not content to just dump it in. They'll be happy to go on the short-handed attack. 1:20 remaining on the penalty. And this time they'll dump it late. Here's a breakaway chance. Garrett Bauermeister pass, and it's just behind Ben Rosenberg. Chance for another shorthanded goal for Indiana is not quite there, and here comes Tech with the 3-on-2. Instead, they'll go for a change. That pass goes long. No icing there. Indiana able to recover the puck in front. There's a couple whacks at it and taking the ground. Indiana with a couple chances here, shorthanded. 49 seconds remaining on that penalty.
Yeah, a lot of hits in this just last 2-3 minutes. Really good look there by Bauermeister to Rosenberg. Just couldn't connect that pass. Looked a little far ahead. But really good looks from Bauermeister, honestly, this whole game. Putting passes out there and also just always being out where the puck is in that attacking zone.
It'll be Chambers to take the face off for Indiana. For Tech, it'll be Ivan Kiersa. Yeah, in the box for the Hoosiers, it is Grant Vogelsang, so that was correct. And Indiana Tech tries to dump it out. 2-minute warning in the first half of the Indiana-Oregon football game. Still 10-10. Keep you updated on that. Go to halftime soon enough. Indiana still has possession, still shorthanded with 30 seconds on the penalty, and they'll be content to hold on to the puck. There's a dump in. Heads out right in front of the net. Nice spin move. And Tech will try to break out, try to get something on this power play attack. Their power play, as you mentioned, their kill almost looked better than their power play at some moments. 11 seconds left on the penalty. There's a long-range shot. It's wide. And 5 seconds left on the penalty. Indiana will just dump it down, and back to even strength here. Out of the box goes Vogelsang. Nice hit at the blue line. Instead, it's going to be an interference call on Indiana, I believe. So just after they get out of the box and on the ground in some pain in front of us. We hope he's all right. I believe that is Ivan Kiersa. Hopefully he's all right. He took that hit in the neutral zone at the blue line. Looked almost knee to knee.
Yeah, I mean, now this is the third penalty against the Hoosiers. So, again, we did mention this earlier in the first period that it's something that they're looking to cut down on.
It's Carter Grimes who heads to the box for Indiana, and now the third power play for Tech. You mentioned we talked pregame to members of the staff and the team. They wanted to cut down on the penalties, and so far it's not exactly going as how they'd want it to.
Nope, they're left again with another shorthand. But so far they've been defending quite well against the Indiana Tech's power play. See if they can continue here.
Yeah, the kill has been solid for the Hoosiers. Rosenberg wins the face-off back for Indiana. Tries to dump it out of the zone. He'll get it. High pressure from Indiana. They'll back off of it a little bit. That's Rosenberg. Here comes Tech. Trying to get on the board in the second period. Pass across. Here's a shot. Save in front. It's still loose. It's finally behind the net, and Indiana's going to be able to get it clear. Nice chance there, all by himself in the slot. Indiana Tech looking to manufacture some chances like that. Here's a shot off both bars. They score!
Really impressive goal there by Jaden Fu, a sophomore from Tech. Right off bar into the other bar. A little ricochet action for his first goal of the day, and Indiana Tech second to close the deficit to 3.
Indiana Tech with their first power play goal in this matchup. And they draw closer. It's 5-2 now. Hoosiers, that one went top left, top right, and it did hit the back bar. So Tech scores on the power play after going 0-for-2 to start the game. Yeah, that goal came from Jaden Fu, the sophomore, in the slot. Wristed it and put it in. And Tech didn't have enough players to start. Now we're back underway. 5-2 here in Bloomington. I believe there's even strength here after the goal, of course, and lots of pushing and shoving and grabbing going on in front of the net. No call. And now there is going to be a high stick. And it's going to be on Indiana yet again. This time it's going to be Ren Huter. And Indiana back on the penalty kill yet again. I mean, it's the fourth penalty. And at this point, what can you say? I mean, they said they wanted to fix the penalties, and they're still committing them at a very high rate. I'm going to give you a quick update on the football game. It's 4th and 5 for Oregon with 24 seconds left in the first half. Most likely going to be kicking a field goal. They're in the Indiana red zone. Unless, they could go for it if they wanted to. And they missed the field goal. Oregon misses the field goal with 24 seconds remaining. It's going to most likely be 10-10 heading into halftime. Indiana's going to have to run a few plays to end the half, as Oregon has all 3 timeouts. You can see them using those. But a missed field goal for Oregon. And Indiana Tech on the power play here. That's big for the Hoosiers. And this is a big moment for Tech.
Oh yeah, it is. I believe that's 3 penalties just in the last 10 minutes. So, yeah, you said it. They were trying to stop those, but I'm guessing kind of caught up in the moment here. They're all happening at the same time. Clearly, their focus is not in the right place, even though they're playing well.
They're playing well, but they will not be happy giving up. They wouldn't be happy giving up 1 goal. Now they've given up 2 to Tech. It's 5-2. There's a minute and 25 remaining on the penalty. That penalty again, that was on Ren Huter, the defenseman for the Hoosiers. And Tech, their power play has looked a little more solid in this period. I think we're going to head to the scoreboard. The previous penalty from that goal, the power play that Tech scored on, is still on the board. It only has 15 seconds left, but they haven't taken it off the scoreboard yet. But everyone knows that it's a 5-on-4 right now. It's not 5-on-3.
That was throwing me off. Didn't know if I was going crazy there for a second, but yeah.
No, it was confusing, but you can count the players. I'm sure that's what you did. You just look. It's like I think I see 4 red jerseys out there. Indiana in their all red jerseys.
They're clean.
Very clean. Opposed to sometimes they wear those black jerseys at home. Tech in the white with the orange and black accents. Minute and 15 remaining on the penalty. Tech will cycle it around. Near side is Kiersa, spin move. Glad he's all right after the hit he took at the blue line that led to that power play goal for Tech. Here's a shot from the point, goes wide. Another chance for Tech, a shot, save, it goes wide left. It's at the wall. Still loose in front and cleared away by the Hoosiers with 45 seconds left on the penalty. There's 13 seconds left in the first half of that Indiana football game. They've driven down to their own 45-yard line, but still need a lot more room before thinking about a field goal attempt. 30 seconds remaining on the power play for Tech. Into the zone. Spinning, looking for a lane. None is developing. That's Danny Schmack.
Yeah, Jaden Fu really slow to get up over there by the net. Looked like he got hit a little bit hard, but he's up now.
Indiana gets the clear. 8 seconds remaining on the penalty. Here's a shot blocked in front. Indiana got a chance there, and the penalty is expired. We're back to even strength. So Tech now 1 for 4 on their power play. Here's a pass that goes long by everybody. It looks like it's not going to be icing. Beat out by Indiana. They have numbers. Here's a pass, backhand, saved. Now Tech. They have it into the offensive zone. It's loose right in the middle. Here's a chance. A shot goes wide. Still got players all tangled up trying to get loose from each other. That one somehow avoids the ceiling. Instead, they say it did. It did hit the wire. It avoided almost the entire ceiling.
That's a new one.
It just clips the wire. I can see it just vibrating.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, John Zach there, and I believe Brendan Asela on Indiana Tech were tangled up there for almost 10, 15 seconds on the ice.
It'll be a face-off just outside the Indiana zone with 5:42 remaining in the second period. This one won back by the Hoosiers. It's on the near side. Indiana trying to get in the zone. Puck is missed. That was Labovich who tried to bring it into the zone with him but couldn't get it. That one intercepted by Tech. Along the ground, couldn't get a shot away. And a lot more of this period being played in the Tech offensive zone than in the first. We're approaching 5 minutes remaining in the second period. Now Indiana with a break, in on goal, around the back. Here's a wrister, save, it's still loose, and cleared out by Tech. Still trying to break out of the zone. They can't. Right in front was Labovich, still battling for it, and finally Indiana Tech able to find some room. And the Hoosiers will reset with 4:35 remaining. Indiana looks like they're going to be attempting a field goal in the football game right now. And I think there was a timeout before that attempt, but we'll keep you updated on that. Tech with it now in the neutral zone. Taken away by Chambers. Chambers will play it back to Grimes. Grimes off the wall over to Yeagers. Yeagers gets it in deep. Indiana makes the 58-yard field goal. That's huge. Here's a chance for Indiana in front. Yeagers backhand save. It's still loose. Here's a wrister blocked in front.
Some really good opportunities here from the Hoosiers, putting a lot of pressure on Tech defense.
This is Rock right in front of Chambers, and it's loose back. That field goal, 58-yarder, and it's from the kickoff specialist, because if you haven't noticed, Nico Radicic, not the best at long-range kicks. So they bring in the kickoff specialist to go from long range, and he nails it and gives Indiana a 13-10 lead. There's 1 second remaining.
It's a really impressive play call, and I mean, just a kick.
That's in the biggest spot you can get it. Absolutely huge.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points is massive in a game like this. So
Indiana's going to get the ball coming out at halftime. Oh, here come the Hoosiers on ice. We'll get back to the game here. McClure over to Rock. Here's a shot. There's so much traffic out in front. Players along the ground trying to get a shot away. There's way too much traffic if you're Tech.
It was a jam.
That one will finally get cleared around. But still here in the Indiana offensive zone with 2:45 remaining in the second period. Top to McClure. He loses it. And now Tech finally breaks out of the zone. They were playing defense a long time there. What a big hit along the boards. It's going to be a penalty. Indiana with another penalty.
I mean, they called it. They called it before the game. That was their problem.
They mentioned it. And that's the end of the first half in the football game. The kick return. There was no return. It's halftime. 13-10 lead for the Hoosiers at halftime in Eugene. Excuse me.
Can't be disappointed about that.
Absolutely, but you can be disappointed right now on the ice. The Hoosiers take another penalty. This time it's Paul McClure, the junior defenseman, takes a penalty. He was second on the team last year in penalty minutes. He had 45. And player still down on the ice for Tech.
Looks like we got a trainer out on the ice for him.
Trying to get the number for you all. It was a hard hit along the boards. It looks like, again, it's Ivan Kiersa.
Yeah.
Hope he's all right.
Yeah, Ivan Kiersa, freshman too, so probably a little bit smaller in size in comparison to the Hoosiers. Looks like he's speaking with the trainer, and we'll give you an update once he gets up. But yeah, what? I mean, is that the fifth penalty this game?
I believe it's the fifth
period
of the game and fourth of the second period for Indiana, and it's doing the exact opposite of what was in your game plan. And I mean, you still have a 3-goal lead, but we talked to the coaching staff. They wanted to get a bigger win. They felt like they could. They felt like they had the quality, and nothing on Indiana Tech. It was Indiana. It was the Hoosiers saying that we are this good and we want to be at this level. And right now, it's not quite there. I mean, the penalties are unacceptable, especially 100%. When it's a note of something they specifically note. But nonetheless, with 2:26 remaining,
yeah, and if you
Tech will go back on the power play.
And if you mention you want the bigger win, that's not going to happen when you're playing shorthanded half of the game.
This was the 5th penalty so far for the Hoosiers, 4th of the period. 5-2 lead for Indiana. Tech will look to break out in their own defensive zone. Okay, full clarification, the football game is at halftime, 13-10 lead for the Hoosiers in Eugene, and here comes Indiana Tech. Up top, Scholl. Near side, Matthews, pass, here's a shot. Nice save in front, Gutzman. And Indiana will try to get it clear. There's a big hit behind the net. And Tech unable to keep it into the zone. Minute and 10 remaining on the penalty, minute and 33 remaining in the period. That puck's loose, and the Hoosiers will take it. There's a hit by the bench, and Tech back on the attack with Pumala. Pumala, cross, middle, another pass back. I think if you're Tech, you just want to get that shot away, get a shot on net. There's a big hit. Shot goes high, save in front by Gutzman. And now a chance for a breakaway. It just goes through the outstretched stick of Bauermeister.
Tech is definitely desperate here to close down that deficit just to 2, especially while they have, again, their 5th power play of the game. So something important for them with 30 seconds left of that.
30 seconds, now 25 remaining on that penalty. Indiana has the possession in their own zone. They'll try to get it clear, but they can't. And they waited a little bit too long, and it's going to be a penalty. I think this time, though, it's going to go on Tech. Yeah, there's a hook there. I saw that stick go in. And so the 19 seconds, we'll have 19 seconds of 4-on-4. Headed to the box for the Warriors. It looks like it's going to be Maksimovic. He will head to the box. So 4-on-4 for 19 seconds, and then a little over 20 seconds with Indiana advantage before the end of the period, unless they score. Then we'll start the 3rd period with the man advantage for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, we'll see that 4-on-4 even strength here. So, see what either team can make of it. I mean, both seem to be playing a bit more aggressive when they are shorthanded. So,
we'll see what the extra ice space does for either team. Chambers, that was Yeagers, excuse me. His pass intercepted. 7 seconds remaining on the Indiana penalty. There, 30 seconds remaining in the period. This power play will get broken up a little bit by the intermission. Nice hit along the boards. Dispossesses Rock. And that one goes out of play with 18 seconds remaining in the period. So maybe 1 or 2 chances here for Indiana to try to score on the power play before we head to the second intermission.
Yeah, back to full strength is Indiana. So, yeah, we'll see what they can, like I said, capitalize like they haven't really been able to other than 1 for their power play.
Face-off will be taken by Chambers. From the point, a shot deflected in front. Here's another chance for Indiana. He can't get the shot away. It fell off the stick of Byram. Byram still has it. 7 seconds. He looks, shoots, and scores! Isaiah Byram spins around in front of the net and snipes it into the top corner. And Indiana gets the power play goal with 4 seconds remaining in the second period, and that's going to make the locker room talk a little bit happier for the Hoosiers.
100%, especially, they closed out that period that hasn't really gone so well in terms of penalties with a strong goal, good location, and, overall that will definitely boost that locker room into the 3rd period. With only 4 seconds left.
Isaiah Byram, the sophomore defenseman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, so that's Indiana Tech's in his backyard.
Yes, they are.
And with 4 seconds remaining, back to even strength, and means the start of the 3rd period will also be at even strength. This one goes in deep, and that will be the end of the second period. More exciting back and forth action here in Bloomington. Indiana takes a 6-2 lead into the second intermission.
Yeah, we'll catch you back in the 3rd period. Thanks for sticking with us.
Coach. Okay. If I was to describe this period, I would call it efficient. And that was exactly what Coach Jeff was telling me before the second period. He wanted an efficient, faster pace from this team, and that's exactly what he got. Scores from Jake, Grant, and Isaiah there for the Hoosiers. Even though there was one for Indiana Tech, they were still efficient, moving with a bit of a faster footing, faster pace, and that really translated into that second period. Although I will say what the Hoosiers need to do right now to maintain out of that box right there. They got to stay out of the penalty box in order to continue to do extremely well and prevail in this final game. And then also limiting unnecessary goals. Maybe, I mean, I was over there, but what I was seeing over there, maybe that wasn't the most necessary of a goal, but what they really need to do is eliminate that in total and continue scoring in that area right over there. My name is Olivia Pierce. This is the Indiana Hockey Broadcast Network, and I will see you next game.
better period in terms of really the penalties, like we said before. Aside from that, probably trying to have a strong defense and contain the attack. See how that goes. Here.
searching for the first one.
time getting back up games earlier. So sit back and rest for everybody being healthy. Backhand there, but just off the roller. And again, nice stuff. I'd say one of the more balanced between, at least zone-wise. I would still say Hoosiers are getting a lot more shot attempts and shots on goal than you see the Warriors get.
Can't hear you at home. You're like too quiet or something.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. I see the problem. I don't know. So even though that's off, you're still getting audio feed here. I don't know why you're getting audio feed there. I don't know what that's coming from. See that?
Yeah.
So there's audio going through there. Don't understand.